This is Channel 5 with some breaking news. I'm Kyle, and I'll be your host. Just last night, our president, Donald J. Trump, gave a speech about the executive order he issued a couple of months ago that endangered the safety of illegal Mexican immigrants.
As you all know, there is a huge problem in today's society: illegal immigration. When I ran for president, I promised one thing above all else: a border wall. It will be a big wall, a tall wall. It's going to be huge. Unfortunately, Mexico is refusing to pay for the wall. No clue why. However, I have expanded upon this promise. The executive order I passed in 2019 makes sure that in addition to the wall, we will be constructing new facilities. They call them detention centers. Any and all illegal immigrants we find will find themselves placed in these new detention centers. They're working great, so great they're the best. Already, we have locked up 2,000 migrant children, and we'll be doing everything we can to catch the remaining 11 million illegal immigrants. We're going to make America great again, folks.
Looking at this speech, it's clear that many illegal immigrants are in trouble. We now go to our immigration expert, Kevin, who's on the scene. Kevin?
Thanks, Kyle. I'm standing here with one of the captured illegal immigrants, Jose Cortez. Jose, why don't you tell us about your journey here?
It wasn't easy, Senor. I started off in Mexico City with my family. Like many other families, we had a hard time making a living, and economic opportunities in the U.S. were just too good to pass up. In order to get to the U.S., we had to hire professional smugglers, known as coyotes. Luck was on our side. We managed to avoid the physical and sexual abuse many minors faced on their way. However, once we got to the border, we found out that security was higher than ever. It seems that Trump has been following through on his actions to counter immigration. My family and I were separated, and my children were thrown into the new detention centers.
So, if you're aware of all these risks, why did you still attempt to come?
Well, that would be for the benefits, and the life that those who make it get to live. My older sister made it to the US. Now she has a job capable of providing for herself and her family.
So, what's next for you?
Well, since I got caught, I'll either be thrown to the detention center or deported back to Mexico.
Well, my condolences, but don't worry. Democrats all across the country are currently trying to repeal Trump's policies.
Well, that's at least some good news.
Well, thank you for your time, Jose. Back to you, Kyle.
Thanks, Kevin. We'll be back right after the break. Stay tuned for more. Wait, what's this? What do you mean no breaks today? You have got to be kidding me. Fine then. At least I got overtime pay. Well, our next story is covering the migration of the nationalists out of China. Just a couple of decades ago, the communists overthrew the nationalists. Joining us here tonight over call is our special guest, Ching Chong. Mr. Chong is an expert on China's Nationalist Party and its relocation to Taiwan. Why don't you tell us about how it all went down, Chong?
Great to be here, Kyle. Our party originated at the end of the Qing dynasty in 1912, when Yuan Shikai manipulated the people's will and ruled as a dictator with an iron fist.
Hold on there. Did you say he became a dictator? After overthrowing the monarchy to establish the dictatorship? Why did nobody protest about it?
Hold on, I'm getting to that. Nationalists joined with the communists and managed to overthrow the government. Then the nationalists assumed control and forced the communists away for unchallenged dominance.
Effective strategy. So the nationalists were able to control China for some time. So, could you explain why the communists are in control now?
No problem. Under the leadership of Mao Zedong, the communists seized control of the government from the nationalists during the Cultural Revolution. From August of 1948 to the beginning of 1949, the Nationalist Party would relocate both the government and its military forces to the island of Taiwan. Soon, the entire party would be isolated in Taiwan.
Are there still tensions between the nationalists and the communists? Or have the two groups put aside their differences?
Unfortunately, the truth is the opposite. Both parties are still trying to reunite China under their own rule. Support from countries like the US prevent this from happening, but hostilities between nationalists and communists still remain.
Okay, so the issue has not been fully resolved. What has happened since then?
After the relocation of the government was completed, martial law was declared. During this period, the White Terror, over 140,000 people who were thought to support communism were thrown in prison or killed. The martial law was removed in 1987, but the damage was already done. As for the government, movements and reformation in Taiwan would eventually result in the formation of a democratic government.
So the way you summarized it, Taiwan and mainland China still have not fully resolved this issue. Best of luck in doing so.
Yes, that's exactly it. I think I've made my point. Well, I've got to go. I'm scheduled for another lecture on the nationalist communist issue this afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chang, for your insight on the subject. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to. See you next time, people.